Hello and welcome to another episode of LP and Laundry. If this is your first time joining me for LP and Laundry, it is exactly, well, not exactly, but basically what the name might make you think. I play one side of an unusual or strange album and talk about it a little bit, an album on vinyl. Talk about it a little bit and maybe fold a little laundry while we listen to it together. It's not about the laundry, but I've also been told it's oddly compelling. This week, we are going to go with what I like to consider musical comfort food, which is an instrument-based album, and I have a particular affection for the swinging hi-fi organ. And one of the great performers of this particular instrument is our pal Lenny D. We have in previous episodes we've listened to an early record of his, Lenny D Most. This is a very swinging hi-fi organ record. And we've also listened to a later one towards the end of the Pretty Girls on an Album cover phase of the record business, Lenny D's Spinning Wheel. This album comes a little bit later, or a little bit before Spinning Wheel, but still in the later end of the 60s. So D Most was probably late 50s. We're on the later end of the 60s, and once again, it's Lenny D, My Favorite Things. You'll notice a big difference, how just kind of the evolution of wacky as all hell winds up at, hey, Herb Alpert's got a great idea. But in between, Lenny D, cardiganed and pensive. So we'll see. I've listened to the beginning of this, and I think it proves to be enjoyable. But, we can all be the collective judge of that. There we go. The first track, well, you'll know. Yeah, right? Of course, there is a persuasive essay on the back. I found that out a little bit. I actually looked up Lenny D on the Wikipedia, and he recorded 56 albums. That crescendo was kind of right on point, wasn't it? Yeah, 56 albums. I have to think there was a persuasive essay on the back of every one. One of my life goals might be to own every Lenny D album. So if any of you ever come across a Lenny D album at at an estate sale or whatever, pick it up and let me know or get into. Anyway, let's find out the state of Lenny D when this record came out. It is not often that one finds such a perfect combination as this one. Lenny D, the acknowledged master of the popular organ, and My Favorite Things, a blue ribbon package of the very tops in popular music. Next will be Unchained Melody. As for Lenny D, there are many impressive adjectives that have already been used to sing his praises. Brilliant, inventive, versatile, creative, they all more than truly apply. Add to these that unique quality so rarely seen in these days, a genuine desire to reach his audience and the ability to communicate with that audience through personal magnetism and first-class musicianship. That's a magnetic guy. Through the years, Lenny D has established himself as an inimitable stylist. The flawless quality and technical proficiency of his playing have earned him the highest praises in the popular music fraternity. But it is the special person-to-person relationship that Lenny establishes with his audience that has endeared him forever to the listening public. The bounce, the verve, the sheer joy of a Lenny D recording is a contagious thing. It touches all who listen with a special magic, setting one's fingers snapping, one's toes tapping, one's spirit soaring. It is almost impossible to keep from humming along to the music. See what I did there? Nor should one try. For this is music to be enjoyed, to be played and replayed, and never to tire of. Music with a vitality and freshness of spirit that withstands the test of time. The choice musical morsels that have been selected for this newest Lenny D album really are, all caps, my favorite things. Downtown, More, theme from Mondo Cane. No stinger? Okay. My Kind of Town by Sammy Cahn and James Van Heusen. Oh, my favorite things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A Taste of Honey, Misty by Errol Garner. Red Roses for a Blue Lady, the title song, My Favorite Things, from The Sound of Music. The list goes on, each number a perfect gem, each one a favorite thing. All bearing the distinctive stamp of Lenny D's superb artistry, all done with zest and joy. There's more. Is that any way to make a record? You bet it is. That's gorgeous. I need to own every Lenny D album. So we'll just leave Lenny D here in the foreground for you. As best you can see him. Maybe I'll pull him back a little bit. There we go. Zoo, 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 zoo. Apparently, Esquivel's backup singers had a little time off. That is going to make sense to 3 of you. So that swung. I don't mind telling you. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Little Benny Hill for you there. This, of course, is yakety organ. Of course, it's yakety sax. Key change. That is up there. Like every time I hear yakety sax, I think, some version of that might need to be like in my desert island discs list. If you know what I mean by that, the various number of pieces of music that you would bring with you if you were going to be stranded on a desert island. And it might even be that version we just heard. This, by the way, is Autumn Leaves. Because how could you possibly be sad? Like, whenever you were low, you're alone, you're trapped on a desert island. Your only friend is a volleyball. And then all of a sudden you go, hey, wait a minute. I forgot. I have yakety sax. And life would be worth living for just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to fold this for real. I am glad that this record, because the D Most from his punny album titles phase, which is where he started out. Like this one that I played ages ago. I mean, you can go back. I don't even know if I have it backwards in the history on the page, or maybe the Matthew Get Comedy page. But this is worth a listen. Maybe I'll do side 2 one day, or whatever side I didn't do. But this was like his 4th or something. So early Lenny D. Before he sold out. He completely sold out here. This was schmaltz. This is more from Mondo Cane. Do I know what Mondo Cane is? I know there were videos that were Mondo something, but those were all things like weird tribal things, stuff they use, like forbidden video sort of stuff. imagine there are people who know that I listen to this music from time to time, or they'll come to our house for dinner or drinks or whatever, and things like this will just come up in the shuffle, and they'll wonder why does that kind of music come up? Why does he like this? And the answer, of course, is, I like joy. That's what it comes down to. A lot of it is music designed to accompany conversation, drinks, dinner, whatnot. And every once in a while, there's music like this. And again, I apologize for speaking over it. That's just worth listening to. And sadly, that's the end of that side. Flew by, right? These kind of records tended to not have a long run time. Probably part of how Lenny D was able to make 56 of them. That's it for LP and Laundry for another week. If you enjoyed this, or even if you didn't, feel free to share the page. Tell people, hey, this is oddly compelling, and that probably will be good enough for them to at least, I don't know, check it out, right? Have a great week, and we'll see you next week, or you'll see me next week. Maybe we'll do harmonic hats, why not? Or maybe I'll find something even more unusual in the meantime.